I thought it was so astounding that he managed to talk about something so heated in such an intelligent way by exploring this incredible gray zone and not reducing it to sort of a black and white issue. And I love that at the end of the day there were more questions raised than answers provided or shoved at you. And I flipped for this family because they scared me because they seemed so good and so nice.
I take those issues that I don't understand the answers to and I push them around on paper, and I rarely find any kind of answer. But I have sort of a clarity that comes from the process of doing it. And I love what Loretta said, that I hope at the end of the play you have as many questions as you can answers, because I don't feel this play offers answers really at all.
On the one hand, it's a fairly realistic setting, but the power of the questions flying around, I think, are what give it emotional intensity. And over the course of the play, it really gets more and more intense. And so the question we always ask ourselves as designers for the theater is, so what makes this a piece of theater, and how can I respond to it as a theatrical designer? And I think likewise, the initial setting it's late afternoon, moving into early evening, what I call that sort of blue window or twilight. And ironically, that twilight lands at a time when the play is sort of most tensed and most compressed.
He's listening to waltzes as he's going through this, so there's a serenity and kind of like lushness of the waltz backed by this like green backdrop with, you know, scope on all these people and this intensity and fear of them being shot. And then also, you know, we'll play around with what do we hear from Danny? Do we hear him breathing? Do we hear, like, you know, his breath, his heartbeat, something? Is there some kind of way that we're connected to him in those moments as well, in addition to the music?
I feel like we go to the theater for things that are larger than life, but I believe this play really is. And what Erik and I talked about was how to heighten a world that would be recognizable with pieces, but not to fill it up with all kinds of tchotchkes, and to give some sense of not just this slice of Americana, but also sort of the social milieu, in that these people are well off. This is a upper middle class family who has one of those swanky homes in a Tony neighborhood surrounded by woods.